Huskers will kick it away to start us off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the handoff. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major clash, head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching.
Yeah, and I tell you what, he was looking for his main man. He wanted to focus in on him. He wanted to force-feed him the football. Nice job by the defense. Great coverage. Great job knocking the ball away.
So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He'll be brought down at the 32-yard line. Good job by the defense to keep him away from that first down marker. It's 4th down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
So the last thing you want to do is start the game, first drive, go 3 and out. They won't do that here. They might go 4 and out, but they'll try to convert here. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
There are not a lot of head coaches that I think are willing on their opening drive to go for it on 4th down, especially in that kind of field position. But this head coach ain't scared, and he believes in his running back. He believes in his offensive line to go pick it up, and that's exactly what they did.
Looking for a man. It's Simmons. He rifles one deep to the left. Fires the pass. Intercepted.
Excellent job by this defense. You know they watched the tape last week. This offense was humming. They were clicking. They were in rhythm. You knew they would be aggressive, and they are in the first drive. Great discipline in the back end. Shows up, shows out, and creates the first takeaway of this football game.
Wants to throw on first down. Gets it out quickly. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Let's talk for just a minute about Nebraska. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today, but it doesn't. A long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season ends today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need to keep the intensity up, playing with a sense of urgency. For the second half of the season, David, I think that's a massive key for this team.
Man, it's so hard with young kids, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, to get them to continue to focus on the game in and game out. Not the rankings, not down the road. That'll be the challenge down the stretch.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Nebraska.
And the Huskers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second down, he'll throw it. Caught near the sticks. It's Nelson. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Looking to pass. It's Raiola. Got it in the middle. It's Nelson. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone. Make them execute and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, and live to fight another down.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Working that left side now. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Finds his man. It's eyes. I like this, taking the safe play, getting the positive gain, and seeing if you can build some momentum.
And I think it's making the right play, Reese. That's where quarterbacks get in trouble sometimes when they get too aggressive and then they get behind the sticks a little bit. I see a lot of space, take advantage of it, get it to my running back, let him chew that up, and now it's easier on the next down.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Barres.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
The Cornhuskers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Wants to throw again. Pressure coming. And that one sails through the back of the end zone.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away. That's one you'd like to have back.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking for the goal line. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Nice job by the defense, forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
They worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. Looking for a man. It's Raiola. Bringing the heat. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. Field goal is good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The give to the back. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. He'll try it again. Makes it past the marker. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. We've We've reached the break. It's Nebraska holding the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Takes the handoff. It's Gibson. Finds a little space. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. The Rebels want to crank the tempo.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him, second guy finally did.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Touch pass on the right. Hard running there. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Looking downfield, it's Simmons. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
Offensive linemen are offensive linemen for a reason. They're not as fast as those guys on the edge. And you could see that defensive end came screaming off the edge, got to the quarterback before that O-lineman could do anything about it. Nice job of that defensive end. Scoop them sacks, baby.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. The offense changing the play. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. So after the missed kick, it's still 3-0.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Ives. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Wants to go up top on first down. Now he's going to break the pocket. Throwing on the run. Throwing down the sideline, and it's a big play down the right side.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Got it in the middle, it's Ives. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskers!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. Georgia was like a 65-man mute button. They went on the road and silenced one of the most vocal crowds in football. And it's clear this Dogs team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. Sure happened today. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Quarterback may change this route. Back to throw, it's Simmons. Fires to the wideout. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
They're dealing with a second and long. Here comes the option. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Oh, the offense lucky to fall on that loose football.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down. Looking to throw on first down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to throw, it's Simmons. Unloads to the wideout. Snagged on the outside, it's Alexander. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
Wow, they've been waiting for that play, right? They haven't been throwing it a lot. They've been real sluggish. They've got no points on the scoreboard. And now they come up with an explosive play in the passing game to get them in a position to score some points here, hopefully a touchdown, before this first half closes out.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Makes the catch. It's Gibson. Just sledgehammering his way down to the 33. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
I don't like the play call. You're down this much against the best run defense in the entire country. You're just smashing your face against the wall. You're not going to get it done. To win this game, you're going to have to throw the ball to get back in it.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Motion from the wideout. He's not going to get there. Stop short on fourth down.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on 4th down and you decide to run the football, you've got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
Looking downfield, it's Raiola. The short hands, it's Ives. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. The Huskers in the hurry up. Looking downfield on 1st down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Catch inside the 30 and still running. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. Looking to throw on 1st down. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a touchdown pass covering 28 yards. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Dropping back, it's Simmons. Snagged out of the air. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chain. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He rifles one deep down the right side. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. The run from the shotgun. He's going to lose a yard on that one. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. What a disappointment. No good. Boy, they could have used that one to cut into the deficit, but guys, still a 3-score ball game. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Rebels will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan.
Into the secondary on the right. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
They gobbled up a ton of yardage to open this drive, and now in business near midfield at the 49. Back to pass, it's Raiola. He'll take the deep shot. Got it in stride inside the 20. Touchdown, Nebraska! And the route is on.
Man, there was something going on that play between the quarterback and receiver. They were looking at each other. It was almost like they were smiling. The receiver's out to his right. He saw something he liked. He knew he had the post throw, and it was on. Shows you the speed, puts on the afterburners, accurate throw, and it's a touchdown.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Yeah, and the quarterback didn't have a chance. I mean, when you get to the QB that fast, Jesse, you're still processing information, for goodness sakes.
And you're getting to the sideline whenever this drive is over, and you're asking for help from your offensive coordinator. You're asking, hey, can we slide our offensive line and help out blocking this guy? Can I get a tight end to stay in?
Gonna let it fly. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
Complete to the left. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. The Rebels moving quickly to the line.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo. And
it's picked off, and another empty drive. Got some room to run at the 20. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Husker!
He made that look a lot easier than it is. When you break on a football, you got to see it and go at the perfect angle. The free safety leaves his spot, goes and gets it, and then does the hard part, takes it back to the house for 6.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead.
That is the score. Nebraska 31.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead.
Set to kick this one away.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. That's caught. It's Watkins. On the move at the 30. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. And the Rebels, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Hand off from the shotgun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, and it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that.
He's loose down the middle. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys. They usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there on that touchdown catch.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. With the catch, it's Ives. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Pulls it in, it's Clark. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. Just another big play for this guy who spent the entire game wide open, couple of touchdowns there, and he moves the sticks again, David.
Yeah, so I'll keep finding him, Reese. I mean, this is a guy that, listen, we're in the second half now. He's already made plays. I know I can trust him, so I'm going to continue to feature him in this offense because I know he'll continue to make big plays.
Defense a little too eager on that last one, and now it's 1st and 5. The snap sets up to throw. Fires to the big fella. There he goes. Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important first down. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. To the air on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Caught over the middle. It's Clark. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting and keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it. Keep getting those stats.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen that a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completions. This guy will put you to sleep.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Got his man quickly. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on 3rd down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the 4th down.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains. That one interception in the loss last week really stuck with him, but he's answered by taking care of the football in this game.
Nice answer. Just a nice bounce back. When you're the leader and you're the guy that everybody looks to and you handle adversity from last week like you did today in this game, nice job by this quarterback leading this team.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. They'll give it another shot on 2nd and goal from the 4. They'll move the tight end. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They keep nudging it closer, but now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. Sends it back in motion. Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. He's got it in the end zone for another touchdown, and this is a full-fledged beatdown. They say there's no more loyal fan base than the one at Nebraska. Well, this guy is becoming their hero with this performance.
And Nebraska fans have a special place in their heart for a quarterback that can run it, that can throw it, show you all the dimensions of their game because they've had so many great ones in the past. And this guy, he looks like the future.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, every game in the Big Ten so very critical. How about this one today? Oregon is ahead early right now, but years past they've had Michael James or Joey Harrington. They don't have that guy this year, and that's why this is tight. They're up by 7 over Michigan. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Johnson looking to throw.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
The Rebels now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to go up top. Got a man. It's Watkins. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Catch in the middle. It's Alexander. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games when we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
Let's see what they dial up on this 4th down. Remember, they're 1 for 2 so far in this one. Quarterback making checks. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. Steps out of bounds across the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, and a good pickup for this offense here. And the Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Johnson wants to throw it. Under fire. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He wants a big play here late. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing. We're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. And that is how we will wrap this one up.